Interesting conversations right here on Game On. It's time to go straight and talk basketball. The defending NBA champion New York Knicks will headline opening night when they face the Philadelphia 76ers and LeBron James on the 20th of October. Now, the clash is part of the tripleheader announced by NBA, with the Knicks set to raise their championship banner before hosting LeBron James in Philadelphia debut. Boston Celtics will also face Detroit Pistons in the opening game, while the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the San Antonio Spurs in a rematch of last season's Western Conference Final. James, who is 41 years of age, joined the 76ers during the offseason as Philadelphia looks to challenge for the Eastern Conference title. The Knicks championship celebration and James' Sixers debut will provide a major talking point as the new NBA season gets underway. Now, joining us at this time to preview what to expect, the excitement, especially around LeBron James, is a basketball analyst and specialist Femi Adefeso joins us tonight. Femi, good evening right here in Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. It's a delight to be in the studio with you guys.
All right, Femi, I mean, the NBA is preparing for its new season. We know, of course, it's still weeks away. But how much of a statement game could LeBron James' Sixers debut against the defending NBA champion Knicks be? How much of it?
Let me tell you how important this game is. The NBA had to wait for LeBron James to announce where he's going to play before they rolled out the fixtures for the new season. I know there was a lot of criticism following that announcement when the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, made that statement. But it's clear to see that the NBA is a very serious organization. They look for what their fans want. They look for what will get everybody talking. It's all over the local news here, both nationally and statewide, about just the opening day of the NBA. That's how influential this game is, and it's also a teaser or a potential for what might likely be the Eastern Conference Finals. LeBron, alongside Jaylen Brown, two NBA champions, are joining the Sixers, to play the current champions, the Knicks, where they'll be raising the banner, like you said. So it's a marquee game. All eyeballs will be on that game, and that's what they're using to flag off the new season. So that's a very strategic move, and everybody's looking forward to it. The other games on that night is the Pistons at the Celtics. Those two teams were seeded 1 and 2 in the regular season last year in the Eastern Conference. So it's also one game that would get a lot of eyeballs as well. Of course, Jaylen Brown was traded from the Celtics to the 76ers. So a lot of people will be looking at just how well they'll be fitting this year in terms of their ability to fight for the Eastern Conference Championship. Then, of course, the Western 1 and 2 as well, just like we have Eastern 1 and 2 in Pistons and Celtics, also the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs, who of course got to the finals ahead of the former champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. That too will be what people regard as a teaser as to what the Western Conference potentially may look like, with Victor Wembanyama going up against SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
All right, Femi, I mean, LeBron is 41, and yes, of course, he still has the buzz around him. They say form is temporal, class is permanent. What are your expectations from him towards Philadelphia's push for the Eastern Conference title? Are we expecting more from him, or will it be just a case of getting to sell merchandise? He does what he knows, because of course his numbers are dropping. When you look at what happened last season, do you expect him to be to be able to push Philadelphia towards the title?
Absolutely. Talking about LeBron is likening him to the impact of Lionel Messi with Argentina at the World Cup. He's been consistent. He's been the magic guy. Even with the Lakers, obviously they pulled the plug early, but his numbers, showed that he can still play at this level. There's nobody at this age who has performed as consistently as LeBron has. And he's coming to a team that has a lot of youth and vibrancy. There's Tyrese Maxey, there's VJ Edgecombe, now there's Jaylen Brown. And then you have a Joel Embiid as well at center. Hopefully he can, stay a lot fitter this year. So his role on the team would not be front line. Let me put it that way. Like on the other teams he has played for, he has a lot of youth movement. Yeah. So all he needs to do now is leadership. And he's someone who, people regard as a point forward, someone who can play the point guard role, slow down the game, pass the ball, because he's one of the best passers of the ball in NBA history. So I still see him playing a huge role in getting Philadelphia past that hurdle. They haven't gotten to the finals just yet. They've always been knocked out in the first round in the last couple of years. The closest thing they've come to in terms of glory days, if you don't want to go back to the 50s, is the era of Allen Iverson. Who got them, to the finals once. So you look at it and it's like perhaps LeBron might be the tonic that would help them get over that hump. To get into the Eastern Conference Finals and maybe the finals and eventually winning the championship, just like the Knicks broke the jinx, after waiting for so long to hoist their banner.
Yeah, Femi, I wanted to, ask. Apparently, everyone's talking about LeBron, and he seemed to have stolen the key calendar dates as far as the airlines are concerned. Opening night, then Christmas Day. I think on Christmas, he's heading to the Lakers as well. But you just reeled off moments ago the front or the starting five of the Sixers: Maxey, Embiid, Edgecombe. There's also Jaylen Brown and LeBron. They're up against the Knicks on opening night. Are they the best team in the East right now? Or are they the second best team in the East? Or are they the third best team in the East? Where do you rank them right now in the East? The Sixers?
Okay, yeah. So on paper, right? I think based on star power, I would say, best team in the East. Why? Because you have a youthful, backcourt, which is very fluid. Maxey is regarded as one of the fastest guards in the league. Edgecombe, as a rookie, has stepped up, beyond reasonable doubt. You have a Jaylen Brown, who is one of the best two-way players. People would argue, for a former most valuable player, in the finals, not just even regular season, when he was with the Celtics when they won the championship. And you have a Joel Embiid, who people regard as one of the best bigs in the league, if not for injury. He'll probably be talked about as someone close to an Akeem Olajuwon, which we celebrate. So on paper, yeah, I think, it gives them an edge, but you have to look at health and so many other factors. But I won't take anything away from the current champions. In the New York Knicks. They only lost one man, in Mitchell Robinson, in the center, and they have a formidable team as well, which I think can go all the way. If I'm going to pick another team in that Eastern Conference, I think Miami Heat as well, who are going to play in the second day in that week on Thursday against the Wolves. I think Miami adding Giannis Antetokounmpo alongside Bam Adebayo is a huge add-on. They got Giannis and Bobby Portis from Milwaukee, and I think they also would have, some things to grind, in the league this year in terms of, the teams that can come out from the Eastern Conference. So I would say, yes, Sixers, Knicks, and the Miami Heat look great. Not running down the Celtics, who I thought they stepped back a little bit, getting Paul George and letting, Jaylen Brown go. And the Pistons really have their work cut out this year. They were number one seed in the East last year, played great, phenomenal basketball, but they lost wind in the playoffs. Kate Cunningham couldn't do it alone, and I didn't see the reinforcement personnel-wise for them this year. But we look to see how the season goes. It's a long, grueling season, 82 games, so it's really hard to tell.
Really hard to tell. And we're looking forward to an exciting season in the NBA. Femi Adefeso, thank you so much for joining on today's edition of Game On. We look forward to having you again on the show.